Hi, everybody. Welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and today I'm here to do a video about why I am reconsidering going to Africa to at least visit before I actually make a choice to move there in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, I really am trying to, like, kind of like research first. I'm doing a little research so far, but I really am really considering not only leaving America, but leaving the West and you know for Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. You would think that I would want to move to Egypt, but I don't. I don't. I don't. Um, I pretty much kind of want to live in East Africa. I do want to live in East Africa. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, that would be if I could. Let's just say if I could afford it. I'm just gonna make this video like if I could afford to live somewhere. That's what I'm gonna pretty much try to say. This is what I'm saying. If I could afford to live outside of America, like, where would I live, and why would I want to move out of America or the West? Yes, I would love to live in Africa, preferably somewhere in East Africa, but not Egypt. And I would never, probably ever really visit there. I don't think I would ever actually want to visit there, even though I'm very interested in Egypt for my own reasons. And I think that some people know why, but I just don't really think that it's a good idea because of my triggers, that I would just never probably ever step foot in Egypt in this lifetime at least. But I do want to visit other places in East Africa, and I want to, if, okay, once again, it goes back to if I had the money, where would I live in Africa? It would more than likely be in East Africa somewhere. Like Ethiopia, like Somalia, Djibouti, I believe that's what it's called, somewhere like that, like somewhere in East Africa, maybe Kenya or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something that would be closely related to Egypt, but the dominant race would be black, in particular because I am a black woman. And the reason why I would love to move back to Africa is because I'm like, the it's just plain as it is. It's racism. There's racism. There's a lot of irrational, like, thinking in America, in different countries all over the world too. But it's really strict here. When you are black, it's very strict here. Okay, I don't mean to put down. I'm not trying to put down other races and be divisive or be biased, but let's be clear, especially as a black American woman, you could tell on the internet already that we have it pretty, it's pretty rough for us, just as simply being black American women, being black women, black people, okay? Black people, period, but definitely as a black woman, it's very hard in America. Okay, it's a lot of people that don't like us. It's a lot of us, and they seem to not want us to be here. And I feel like it's a good idea to move back home in the future. If I could live somewhere else, if I could afford to live somewhere else, I would move back to Africa. Yes, I am. I do have a connection with Asia and stuff, but I would love to live in Africa. I would love to move to the dominant, ethnicity of my racial makeup. I would love to live in Africa. Okay, so I mean, that's what people see me as. They see me as a black woman, a black American woman. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that it will be all grand with people who are black, regardless of what black dominated country it is in Africa, because I know there's a lot of Africans. They're not going to see me as one of them. They might think that I'm one of them on site or something like that, but once I talk to them, they're going to realize that I'm American, and they probably will have their biases towards me because of that. I understand that because I've seen and heard different people's perspectives while living in Africa and abroad, and how, when they go to Africa, like black people, when they go to Africa, how the Africans don't really see them as one of theirs. We think that we're going home and, we're going to bond easily as black people, but they see us as outsiders. You know what I'm saying? But still, to me, it's more like it's a familiarity, with who I look like. It's like a comfort zone still. It's still a comfort zone, and it seems like it's not as fast paced as the United States. It seems like it's slowed down. As a matter of fact, I believe it really is more slowed down in Africa. Like, it just seems like that people are more well mannered. Like, I could probably go off somewhere in nature and have all the peace that I want without being bothered or policed and stuff like that wherever I go, by anybody. Because I'm not just saying the police itself, but by just anybody. Because usually people who try to tell me what to do are just actually random people of any race, but they seem to think that they have authority to tell me what to do wherever I go. Here in America, at least, they seem to think, regardless of what their race is, they could be other black women, and they will feel like they have the right to interrogate me about all types of stuff. But I mean, to me, it just seems like it would be slow paced. Like, it wouldn't be so much aggression. There wouldn't be so much stress. Like, there wouldn't be so much need to keep up with the next best thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, materialism. It seemed like the food would be a lot more cleaner and pure. Like, they would have so many different natural, like like nature. Like, the nature would be, it just would just be very, like, nice and vast. Like, it would be just very beautiful and serene and peaceful. Like, I could go to a waterfall and just stay there, and, I wouldn't need my phone as much, probably. Like, I would probably be very at peace in my older ages and just live amongst nature mostly. Now, do I want modern technology and stuff? Yes, I do. Yes, I do want to live in somewhere that's familiar to what I'm used to, but I want to live somewhere where it's slowed down enough, but it's not too slow. Like, I don't want to live in I don't want to live just on like a land and like a hut. Like, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but of course I don't want to live in a hut. I want to live in an apartment or a home or something that's modern with technology. And yes, I do want the internet, but I want it to be slowed down enough to where it's a lot of like land, and I could go out in nature and take walks, and I can go off places and not too many people will know where I'm at, if at all, and still be safe where I go. Not where a whole lot of wild animals and stuff. Like, I don't want that, but I want to be around the beauty. I want to see places like Zanzibar and stuff like that. I want to see places like Mauritius and stuff like that. Like, that's really pretty. Mauritania, in East Africa, North Africa, and stuff like that, where I'm originally from, which is Egypt, Kemet. But I don't actually want to visit Egypt or Kemet in this lifetime. No, because I know that would be a very much of a trigger. It would trigger, and it might trigger a response from thousands of years ago. It might make me kind of have flashbacks, like very ancient flashbacks, and I don't want to relive that. I think that would be dangerous for me to go to Egypt, honestly. With my mindset anyway, it just wouldn't be a good idea. No. And I know that, but I also know that, I have schizophrenia. I have paranoid schizophrenia in this lifetime. And I would have to have a doctor. I would always need to be medicated. And I don't know how the healthcare system is there. I don't know what the laws are there. Like, what are the laws? I don't know how the healthcare system works. I don't know, and I also don't want to be like uncivilized around, foreigners and stuff. People, my people, and just people in general. I don't want to be uncouth around them and stuff. Like, that's why I would love to just get stabilized on my medications and have enough money to really live there in Africa and be of service to everybody around me. And, it would just work out in my perfect vision in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't I don't really want to stay in America that much. Like, I feel very afraid. I'm in fear of this country a lot, more than I've ever been. In the last 6 months, I've gotten really afraid of this country. Like, if you notice, I rarely go anywhere. Like, I'm always at home. Mostly, I go places, like, don't get me wrong, I do go outside and I do know that I need not companionship, but human interaction. I know that. That's a must. That's not something that I can compromise with, because that's just how humans are. We're supposed to have dialogue with each other at some point in person, okay, and make some type of, you know, we have to make some type of like contact with each other, human contact, in order for us to thrive as human beings, because that's just how we are. We have to have other human contact. We have to, in order for us to keep at least some type of stability in our mind enough. Even if we may take medication, even if I might take medication, I need human contact. I also don't want to trigger my social anxiety from the past. That's why I also try to maintain human interactions outside of, my home and, community, my mom and stuff. I try to actually talk to other people every now and then offline, even though I'm not really approachable offline, and I don't really approach people offline, but I do, like, when I go to my Buddhist center, like, I speak to other members and stuff every now and then, but I don't really, it's not that I don't want to be around other members, because I love other members, but I don't want them to be around me at this moment too much, because I'm dealing with a lot of mental things at this moment, and I only want to be of of good company and good memories of my fellow members of the SGI, my Buddhist organization. I don't want to misrepresent my organization badly either. You know what I'm saying? I have mental issues. I have schizophrenia. And I think right now I kind of have to, like, kind of be off in my own little bubble while I figure out things enough. And then maybe I could come back around in the future enough. Like, I still go there here and there, but I kind of keep my distance on purpose, not because I don't want to go, because I do. Like, I actually kind of like fantasize about going to my Buddhist centers and chanting and doing our tosos. And sometimes I make up my mind and say, oh, I want to go there, but then I change my mind, and that's what it is. But it's like, oh, it would be nice to see so and so. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to sit there and chant in front of the Gohanzan, which is our Buddhist prayer altar, like our the big one, the main prayer altar where everyone chants to. But this video, I know I'm getting off into my religion, but really I just want to talk about how I know I need human interaction, but I don't. I get very anxious about going outside. Not social anxiety, but anxiety. Like, I'm very paranoid, tense. I'm not scared of people, but I don't want to be, like, provoked. I don't want to be antagonized. I don't have the patience for people's attitudes like I could have done in the past. I don't have the strength to be passive about people's nasty attitudes, like, outside of my organization. Like, I don't have time, because people in my organization, those are some of the nicest people you could ever meet, and I don't want my attitude towards the rest of society to rub off on them. That's why I kind of keep at a distance too. But it's like, I am dealing with a lot of things, traumatic events on top of traumatic events, that is kind of like, it's keeping me isolated away from people. Like, I'm self isolating. I'm self isolating away from people on my own to protect myself. And I want to keep my freedom. And this is the best way I could do it. And I don't, I'm, I get targeted by all types of people. Like, they feel like that they own me almost. Like, they feel like that they don't even know me. And I don't know why, it's such a big deal for them to just simply give me my respect. I don't understand. That's why I keep a distance from them. I'm cautious with people. They like to make up lies. They do all types of weird things. You know, the gang stalking. Actually, me personally, I'm just trying to get away from the gang stalking. But I know the basis of this, a lot of this is racism against me. And that's probably why I would really love to move to Africa. It is. Let me just keep it real. A buck 50. That's why I would love to move to Africa. If I had the money, if I had the resources and the money, and I knew it would be all right in Africa, I would move there. Anywhere in Africa, really, as long as it was just comfortable and it was nice, it's affordable, and I wouldn't have to deal with the pressures of racism. You know, outside of normal discrimination and prejudice toward and bias towards people in general, but racism, that's a heavy burden on somebody, especially when you're doing it alone as a black woman, because I usually don't even have other American black women that will really help me out. They won't never take up for me. They never really take up for me, y'all. They really never do. It's every blue moon. Every blue moon. And when they do, it's usually like it's like a gotcha. You thought I had your back. Another backstabber. Somebody else just want to betray you. So that's why I don't trust American black people. I don't trust anybody. I mean, I just want to get rid of this racial thing. I don't even want race to even come into the equation anymore in my daily life. Like, I know I'm black. I'm going to always know I'm black, but I don't want to always walk on eggshells, feel like I got to walk on eggshells, tippy toes. And then another thing too, I'm also sick of drug addicts. That's another thing. I don't want to live amongst people. I don't want people living above me in places where I'm paying a lot of rent and they get to smoke their drugs and do all this stuff. Like, I don't want to live around them type of people no more. I want to go to a country where there's a strict code against people like that. And strict legal like rules where it's like really strict, where if somebody's doing drugs and X, Y, and Z, I don't want people to be lenient. And I want to move somewhere where it's actually like really fair. The rights that they have for everybody is actually the rights for everybody, and then you know the laws are apply to everybody, and nobody can be above the law. I don't know if there's any place like that, but I sure do wish, hope I can find one, at least in Africa. Like, I don't want to, you know, I just don't want to feel like that I'm walking on eggshells everywhere I go, simply because, you know, a racial bias. Because a lot of this issue that I have with people, it stems from racism. It does. Like, that's the basis of it. Like, even with black people, it's self-hatred, it's racism, it's self-racism. And I get a lot of black women who don't like me because I'm a black woman, and they will actually team up with other black women against me, and they may not even like other black women, but they will team up together against me and ostracize me with each other. And I love black women. I'm a black woman, duh. And you know, I have to do what I can. I have to get around. I That's why I have gotten in shape. That's why I do things. I maintain. I try to maintain, but I do try to maintain. Yeah, I do try to maintain, but I also try to look good, not to attract men or anything like that for romance, or to try to get a romantic partner. Really, it's to just simply get respect, y'all. Most of the time, for the most part, I be trying to be in shape and take care of the way I look and progress and improve on my look, my aesthetic, so that people can just simply leave me alone and I can simply get my respect. And I use my prayer. I try to center myself. Like, this YouTube channel is mainly for me now, to kind of just get my message, my not my message, but yeah, my message, but to kind of just get my feelings out there. Like, nobody has to watch my videos or comment or nothing. Y'all ain't got to subscribe, y'all ain't got to follow. I don't really mind if you do, but you don't have to. It's not even really for any of that, any more views or nothing. It's mainly for Kimiko. Kimiko to help heal herself. Kimiko who can hear somebody, who can hear my own self think and talk, and to like inspire my and encourage myself and build my own self up. Cause I don't feel like I can trust anybody anymore. But I also want to get the message out to the world too. It's like my still me wanting to get my message across to people. But it's mainly for Kimiko, to uplift Kimiko. When Kimiko is bored, I listen to Kimiko. Okay? When Kimiko is feeling down, I listen to Kimiko now. When Kimiko, wants to laugh, Kimiko wants to look at this X, Y, and Z, mainly for entertainment and for even like therapy. I listen to my own self on YouTube, and it is kind of nice to see the views go up and likes, but I don't really ask for that no more. I'm not really, I mean, I ask for it, don't get me wrong, I do. I know I kind of go back and forth, but I do ask for it, of course, because I ask for it at the end of the video all the time, but you ain't got to. It's like if you like my video, yes, I would appreciate it. If you like, I would love it, but you don't have to. You don't have to subscribe, nothing. You don't have to watch my video, anything. Because I know I'm going to support myself. I like my own videos enough to where I watch my own video. I watch my own videos more than I watch anybody else, by the way. I don't even watch other people like that no more, y'all. I mean, I still watch people here and there, but I can't really sit through other people's video because I hear people throwing shade at me like uppercuts, digs, and I'm seeing the same stuff that basically I've been in denial about. Uh, that's offline. I'm seeing it online now. Things that I mention, and then I hear like this. I hear these people's voices in my head and all around me, and I can feel this energy. I can feel presences around me, and I use my prayer to get rid of it every single day. I'm really supposed to be doing my prayers twice a day, but I've been trying to really accomplish that goal. My Buddhist prayers, I'm supposed to say them day and night. I usually always get the first prayer in, but I haven't been as strict with the second prayer in the evening. I have to do that. I have to, so I can remain centered in, in control. I have to gain self-control. I have to master my mind. Even if I never move to Africa, that's just a what if. Or that's maybe like, if I could move to Africa. I don't really think I will ever actually do that, but it would be nice, if I could afford it, And who's to say it would be a better alternative at all? Like I've thought about that too. That may not be a good idea at all. That might even be worse. It could be worse just moving to Africa. It could be worse. The gang stalking, it will probably never stop. Just because I moved to a different country, that's not going to stop it because they're going to follow me on the plane. They're going to follow me everywhere. They do it all the time. The gang stalking, it's like it just moves when I move. Wherever I go, it goes. And I guess that's just what it is because I really do think spirits can jump bodies. I've seen a lot of supernatural things to know that stuff can really happen, and the impossible of any kind can become possible. But I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely hard to deal with schizophrenic voices and then the hallucinations and things playing with your mind, like the Ghetto Boys, my mind playing tricks on me. I don't know what's real. I know that certain things happen, like the teleport and time travel. I seen that. I know that's real. But there's a lot of times where stuff just be like, I'm like, what is that? Is that a figment of my imagination? Like, what did I see? What I thought I just saw from day to day? Because I know I saw that teleporting. I know I'm not imagining that because I got shoes, some purple and black Adidas slides, and some water from 7-Eleven. I saw that. I physically had those slides for like a year or two after I got them when I teleported. So I know that's true. Even my own mother wore those slides. So I know that that's real. But It's just a lot of stuff that I'm like, am I tripping? Because a lot of people make me question my reality. They even try to get me to question my reality about the time traveling and teleporting. But I know that's, if nothing else is true or real, that's true and real. But other things, I'm like, am I just imagining this thing that people are saying these things real quick to me? Like insults, are they really doing this? Like, am I really hearing them right? Do I need to get my ears checked? Because I do think I need to get my ears checked. They've been saying that since I've been in seventh grade, that I need to get my ears checked. But at the same time, I don't think it's really a lot of that either. I think maybe it's some of me not hearing people correctly, but I do think that people are saying things to me, but they are playing with my mind. And I go back to my mind is playing tricks on me like the Ghetto Boys. Like, I know I'm tripping. I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Am I not tripping? And I'm like, I'm just afraid that these people, I get very afraid. I don't want this to happen to me for the rest of my life. Ever since that my paranoid schizophrenia was bought on, I've been under so much stress, pressure mentally, and nobody ever really wants to understand that I don't think like a normal human being anyway, as it is, because I know I have paranoid schizophrenia, but I know that that teleporting and time traveling was real. I do know that. Like, I'm not in denial about that. I know that. I'm not mistaken about that. I know that the teleporting and time travel was real, although I am a paranoid schizophrenic. Like, I know that. I know I am crazy. I know that. But there's a lot of stuff that, okay, I'm like, that looked like that just happened, but then I'll look back and it didn't. Or something, it's like something will be there and they'll be gone. Or it's like my mind is just, I'm confused. Just like Erica Badu's song, Next Lifetime. I'm confused. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know why. I question, why do I have to go through these things? Why is it necessary? Why did certain things have to happen to me? I'm like, why can't I just go off somewhere in my freedom and space and go off and get my own space as much as I need to calm down? Why do I always feel like that I can never truly be alone? Why do I feel like it's always a presence with me? It's like a thick energy that's always monitoring and trying to police what I say and to shut me up and like bully me and to intimidate me into being quiet. And it's like, I mean, it's like this is the most, these are the most selfish, if that's the case, these are some of the most selfish spirits or whatever, for them to antagonize me. If they're really doing this, for them to antagonize me and purposely do things to antagonize me, to provoke me, and then wonder why, or try to intimidate and bully me into allowing them to do it and won't allow me to try to figure it out. It's like they don't want me to go off and figure it out or something. I'm so fucking confused. Like Erica Badu said, I don't know why. How the fuck did I get caught up into this shit? Like, I know I'm Nefertiti, but what the fuck is the point of all of this shit? I mean, I just now have been able to kind of get a grip on my dreams through my Buddhist practice. Because for a long time, these dreams, these nightmares, I just kept having them. And this happened for years, almost a decade, y'all. Every time I would go to sleep, I would have an uncomfortable dream or just a right out nightmare. I've been going through this crop circle for so many years, and I'm like, I'm thinking that I'm finding my way out finally, and I'm hoping. I don't want I don't want this karma anymore. It's too heavy. I want to put it down. I want to put it down. I want to put the bags down. Okay? Bag lady. I'm not gonna be a bag lady for nobody else. I'm not finna pick up the load for somebody else no more. like their mental load. No. Because somebody doesn't like me because of X, Y, and Z, I'm not gonna pick up their baggage. I'm not gonna let somebody stress me out. I'm not gonna allow somebody to kick me around and bully me and to mistreat me and stuff like that because they don't like themselves or they don't like something about me and somebody made them mad in X, Y, and Z and I don't even know them. I'm not about to be somebody's punching bag. I'm not about to be somebody's mental or physical punching bag. I'm not going to pay nobody away. I'm not going to let nobody walk all over me. I'm not going to let you talk crazy to me. None of that. And if I could physically move and go to Africa to escape all of this mental torture, which I don't think that would be an answer to it. I really don't. But I would love to believe that. I would love to believe to move into the continent of Africa around people that consistently look like me would solve my problem. But you know what? I think I know the truth. I'm in denial. It would probably never really change just because I moved to a different environment. It would never really change. Most I could do is to try to deal with it in the best way that I can with prayer, meditation, centering myself the best way that I can, relaxation techniques, stress relief techniques, medication, and stuff like that. That's the best I could do. That's all I could think of. Talking to my own self therapy, exercise, of course, eating right, all the things that I've been doing. Taking mental like things for mental like stability like ashwagandha to keep the stress and anxiety away, going off on my own, as much as I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Staying away from BS, staying away from gossip and stuff, because I don't even really listen to gossip no more, y'all. I don't. I haven't really looked at reality TV in a long time. I know that I talk about, oh, I'm gonna watch Real Housewives of Atlanta because of K Michelle. Yeah, I do like that. I do. But I see things, I hear things now on the TV and like YouTube and stuff like that it's like I'm seeing in everyday life from people. It's like I'm getting hit with gaslighting and shade even on reality TVs and videos and stuff. I'm like, this is like almost like I feel like it's a cruel joke at times, like it's a colossal fucking joke. Like I'm the one that like that movie with what's his name, Jim Carrey, The Truman Show. Like I'm a reality show for everybody just to laugh at and stuff and make fun of. And they throw me little hints of what they doing here and there. Okay? And I'm tired of being the butt of the joke. I'm sick of it. That's why I stay in the house most of the time. This is the only way that I know how to really cope. But then again, I know I have to have some type of human interaction from time to time. Because I'm going to have to depend on myself for the rest of my life. Only got me, really. I got my mother, but I'm still going to have to do my own thing. I'm going to have to learn how to do my own thing. Just in case, whatever. And a lot of times I wish if my mother left this earth, I want to go right behind her. I don't want to be stuck here in this world without her. No. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind being independent, but I could never really live without my mother. I don't want to stay in this world without her. I don't. That's been my only true number one. That's only been the only one. And I do have my prayers, I do have my religion, but that's been my day one and really, my really truly solid only one for real. Other than my own self and my practice of Nichiren Buddhism, my higher power, but basically in human form, my mother has always been consistently in my life as a supporter of any kind. I know we have our eyes out too. We do, because we're mother and daughter, duh. But like anybody else, but that's been my ride or die. That's been my backbone. If my mother left today or tomorrow, I would have to go with her. I would never want to stay here alone. I would never want to stay here. And it doesn't even matter if she could help provide for me or nothing. I just wouldn't want to stay here even if I could completely financially support myself. I would not want to stay here alone in this world. No. The way that this world has just tormented me throughout my whole life, I would never want to be here in this world alone. My mother used to have to promise to bring me treats and stuff to get me to go in daycare back in the day. I would be so afraid to go in daycare when I was young and stuff. Going to daycare, my mother would be like, baby, go inside the daycare. Mama gonna bring you back something special when you come out of school." And I'd be so scared. I'd be so like crying and stuff, y'all. But when my mama would pick me back up, when she would come and pick me back up from daycare, I would always see balloons. My mother has always been somebody where when she would walk into the room, I would always light up, and I'd be so relieved. Like that was just my hero coming in. Even my father too. When I would see my father approach, when I see my father still approach, it's like it's better than seeing a celebrity. I hadn't seen my father in a while in LA, even though we both lived, in the same city. And then we had met up at the Friendship Center one day. And the Friendship Center is down the street from, it's close to Hollywood. It's close to Hollywood Boulevard. But I remember I was more impressed to see my father come up, and I was so happy to see him come up more than a celebrity on Hollywood Boulevard. I was more impressed to see him. And that's the same way I feel about my mother. Like, I don't think I could really just live on this earth alone by myself without them, period. Even my father, but definitely not my mother, okay? But anyway, this is my video, y'all. And if you like this video, if you can relate, or if you got anything to say, you want to talk, you don't have to respond back, because basically this is just a diary for me to kind of just get my thoughts out into the world. Nobody has to like my video or subscribe or anything. But if you like my video, I would appreciate that. And you can subscribe, and you can do all of that. You could hit the notification bell if you want to. It's up to you. You can share it, and just feel free, to support if you like. You don't have to do any of that. But I thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Peace. I'm out. Bye-bye.